And welcome to On the Mark. My special guest today is a legend, a young legend, Cheryl Lynn on the line. What's going on, Cheryl Lynn?
Well, everything is great. It's beautiful weather out here in California, and I'm just excited about, just getting through the day with regards to just having a good time. That's it.
Well, we look forward to, you're going to be in our area. You're going to join us at Bethesda Jazz and Blues, a great venue. I know you're going to turn it out, and we're excited to have you.
Well, I'm going to do my best. I'm excited about getting there. I've been working with my band the last few days, and we've been going over material, and I'm just excited. I haven't been to DC, to the DC area in a while, so I'm looking forward to seeing all of my fans and all of my friends, and just having a great time.
I love it. And so, Cheryl Lynn, now see, you're so humble, and let me tell you something. When you sing with Luther Vandross the way you did, you're humble, but you're also off the chain talented, and so I think that just speaks about your character. We do a lot of play a lot of Luther, and very few people can stand up next to Luther. So right out the gate, you did. How was that experience?
Well, actually, I felt blessed to be able to sing with such a legendary voice. And what was so special for me, he requested the company. He said he wanted to produce. Well, these were his words, the diva of the label. That's what he called me, and he wanted to produce something on me. And so they set up a meeting for us, and in New York City. And Luther picked me up one night in his Rolls Royce, and we rode around with the top down in New York, and he played music for me, and we went to a chic listening party, and, we just hung out, and he played all kinds of music for me. One of the songs that he played for me was really cute because he played Jump to It by Aretha Franklin, and I told him, I said, well, oh, God, Luther, I really like that one. I said, can I do that one? He said, oh, I should have played that for you because that's Riri's. That's Riri. We'll call her up. You can't have it.
And, I always say Luther's a singer, and for him to request you says a lot about your talent.
Well, I feel blessed, like I said, and that was very sweet. He is truly missed. I missed his talent, his voice, and everything, and then the camaraderie that we had. We had a lot of fun together. We like to play Pac-Man, and one thing that we both enjoyed doing was always going to dinner and eating out. So that was great.
And so, was Luther, a lot of people would say that Luther was hard to work with, but again, it looked like you guys just had a special relationship. I always assumed he probably was a perfectionist and was probably pretty demanding, and he also was about business too, which is a rare combination in the game. Where do you think that the image came from, or those stories came from?
Well, because he was all that what you described. He was very organized. He was very business. He was very dedicated to his music, and he had a great respect with great musicians, with great singers, and that was good. The thing was, I think, for Luther and I, was that I'm a very spontaneous person. They say opposites attract. Well, that would be me. But what brought us together was, I think, the respect for each other's talent, the voices, and then you also, when you're like that, you have a respect for who the person is. You understand who the person is. You understand what their ways are. And when you want to work with somebody, you do that. And then you learn from each other. And so that's a very good thing. And I learned a lot from him. And I think he learned a lot from me with regards to just being a lot more fun-loving and playful. And it was great.
And so Cheryl, you actually, it's almost like in the industry, it's kind of known that you do a great job of managing not your money, but you've done a great job of monetizing your catalog and actually creating opportunities for yourself, which a lot of artists have not. What was where'd you learn that from? How did you learn how to maximize, your money?
Well, I tell you, first of all, I'm blessed with one of the most exciting songs, back in the day was "Got to Be Real." Opportunity presented itself to be able to start licensing the song, and so that when being able to be introduced by people coming and saying, "Oh God, can we use this song? Can we put it here? Can we put it in a commercial? Can we do it in a movie? Can we do it on commercials?" So that was exciting to me. And so that opened the door for me to be able to, especially with all the artists that would come, and that would be like Father MC, who came for "I'll Do For You." Would Jay Blige actually sang the background for that and kind of introduced her to the music industry. And then I had "Bet Your Man Can't" by Fat Joe, who did "Got to Be Real." So, that was the beginning of it. And from that, I was able to go from the music to now having on television, and there was a series called Atlanta, and for that's really special as well. So I'm really excited about that. And from that, it's just been from commercials with Hanes and Coke and Applebee's and stuff like that. And, God has just been so good to me. I'm well-rounded in terms of, it's lucrative. And I found that behind the scenes, maybe I didn't have to maybe travel as much and do things like that. I could do a lot, from here. And so I'm able to be, creative in the studio and, do my music and record stuff like that. So, one thing that for me, that's still, when you said this is my 40th year in the industry, gosh, and when I think about it, I go, wow. But "Got to Be Real" was my very first record. And so it has had a long, long life, And for me, I'm very happy because of a current artist right today. I was able to license my song to her. Her name is Jessie J, and she has a EP out right now. The total CD is called Rose, but she has 4 different EPs. My particular EP is The Sex, and the name of the song is called Play. And the music is, of course, Got to Be Real, and she wrote the lyrics to Play. And it was a great union. It was really nice.
Now, I think people would assume because Luther did the jingles that maybe he had some tips. Is there any connection there? Not necessarily.
Well, no, not necessarily, but that was one thing that I did when I was living in New York was I did a lot of jingles because that's where, you were able to do that. And, I would do jingles with Luther. I did with Valerie Simpson, James Ingram, Denise Williams, a lot of artists, that were able to do those kinds of things. So that was something else I was introduced to when I was coming up throughout my career.
What do you love? I Got to Be Real is, of course, The Killer. If This World Were Mine. Who's somebody when you do If This World Were Mine and you sing it with have you sang it with someone else other than Luther and you had sparks?
Well, to be honest, I haven't sung it with a lot of people because it was just very special to me. And when we're working together, Luther would tell me, "I want you singing that song with everybody." And I said, "Oh, Luther, I'm not. I'm just going to be singing it with you." And he did give my background singer permission. He actually did for him to sing. It was so cute. He said, "Oh, no, you can sing it with him." His name is Donald Mitchell, and he sings background. He's been with me forever. And we do If This World Were Mine, and he does a wonderful job because he loved Luther. He does a lot of Luther's little antics, when he does it. And then that was very respectful. Luther saw him do it, and that's when he said, Okay, he can do it. He can do it. He's on.
And it's like, I had like encore, another. It's weird. Your songs are perfect for like making money, like events, commercials. You know what I mean? Like your songs are great celebratory type songs. And is that just you? It just happened to be coincidence that your songs are perfect for commercials.
Well, when "Got to Be Real" was written, I remember actually when I wrote it, I actually was, just in a very positive mood. And I think I was trying to say, just be yourself. I always try to just be myself. And like you said, I'm kind of a happy-go-lucky person. I'm very energetic, and I don't think it was, if you're saying it intentional with regards to, commercial wise and stuff, that was not my intent. I was just basically doing, being myself and just speaking about, thinking about how people are. I don't try to change people. I accept people for who they are. I want them to accept me for who I am. And basically, that's what Got to Be Real is all about, being yourself.
I love it. Well, Cheryl, we look forward to seeing you at Bethesda Blues and Jazz. It's going to be off the chain. A lot of people, like you said, we haven't seen you in this area in quite some time, so it's going to be a homecoming, and we're just excited. And actually, lucky winner's going to win a pair of tickets to see you. I hope to see you. Any final words with us, Cheryl Lynn?
Well, I just would like to say I would love for all of my fans and all of my friends who I haven't seen in a very long time, please come on out on Saturday, June 16th. We're going to have a wonderful time. We're going to have some Shake It Up, Got to Be Real, Encore, If This War Were Mine, and hopefully do some of your favorites. And that's what we're going to do.